Hey everyone, Regal Reviews here. It is White Rice Wednesday, which means time for my Survivor recap. So to recap on tonight's episode, there's a bit of a mystery if Keith went to Edge of Extinction. Turns out he did, and he Reem's happy to see Keith. She's kind of in that motherly role now. She was about to lift the white flag, but now she feels like she has to stay in the game for Keith. And they did get some rice there, but apparently they have, from one of the clues is that they have to work hard to get those type of things, So now it's no longer a combination reward immunity challenge. Now they're separate. So the reward challenge, they had to race to assemble this wheelbarrow and then maneuver it through obstacles, and then they had to get sandbags and they took the wheelbarrow apart to make it a slingshot, and then they had to hit 4 targets, and the winners got to choose between comfort or chickens, and Aubrey and Ron were the ones to sit out, and Chris was a beast in that challenge. Every shot he made it. So Manu finally won a reward challenge, and they chose chickens. At the Manu tribe, I've never seen this before. Apparently Wendy is against them eating chickens, and she's a bit of a hypocrite because, like she said, she eats chickens at home. So it's like, why do you have a problem with them eating chickens here? Now, I'm a vegetarian myself, so am I exactly thrilled that they're going to kill chickens there? No. But you also did sign up for a game, though. You had to realize at some point, that your tribe may or may not need chickens to survive and kill. And she comes up with the idea to maybe release the chickens, and she wants an accomplice. And I'm like, I don't look at that necessarily as an accomplice. I look at that more as somebody to take the fall for her, because if they see that the chickens are loose, it's her word against somebody else's. She could easily place the blame on somebody else. But I honestly don't think they trust Wendy that much, so it might backfire on her. But Wendy has a big target on her back for that reason, and also the fact that she injured her ankle in the challenge. And I'm very curious to know why medical didn't take a look at her ankle. I mean, normally we've seen it. I know Missy in, ironically enough, Wentworth's first season, San Juan del Sur, when she had her ankle injured, she got looked at medical, and she was able to stay in the game. But then I don't get the whole medical thing, because it's weird. Missy had a sprained ankle and she was able to stay in the game, but then I don't remember which season it was, but they did this challenge the first day, jumped off, this girl sprained her finger, and she got sent home. So I don't get the whole basis of who they picked to look at or not. So at the Kama tribe, Victoria is pretty adamant about getting the returnees off. They want one of the newbies to have a chance at winning. And while she's having a conversation with someone, Joe's right there. And I'm like, oh, you got caught. So Joe and Aubrey, I wouldn't say they're panicking, but they're definitely very aware of what's going on in the situation. So Aubrey goes to look for an immunity idol, which I think is smart in her case, if Kama loses the immunity challenge. And she said that 2 things she hasn't done on her survivor list: find an idol and then win the game. And tonight she crossed one of them off, and she found the hidden immunity idol. So congrats to my girl Aubrey for finding the hidden immunity idol. So proud of you. So back at Manu, yeah, they basically said what I said, that Wendy's a big hypocrite because she eats chickens at home, and War Dog is pretty pissed at her because like I said, she's a hypocrite and everything, and that she's kind of being annoying about it. So the immunity challenge was pretty interesting. They had 3 in a boat, and they had 4 tethered to a boat, and they had to basically maneuver the boat to get to this tower, and then they had to climb up and get this key. They then had to unlock a crate, and then it had puzzle pieces on it. They had to solve a captain's wheel. And Manu looked like they're going to win the challenge there for a while, but Kama came back strong and won the immunity challenge. So Manu may have won the reward challenge, but Kama is definitely the immunity challenge beast this season. So they get back to the Manu tribe. They were about to. I mean, they're frustrated at another immunity loss, so they're about to kill the chickens, but they can't find Flint. So Wendy actually took the flint, and I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? You're just digging your own survivor grave. It's like, if she feels that strongly about them not eating the chickens, then why the hell is she on Survivor then? Like I mentioned before, like I wouldn't necessarily like that they're killing chickens, but that's what you sign up for. You signed up for that, so it's like, why? And I gotta give War Dog credit because he is kind of underestimated right now. He's kind of calling the shots and trying to get some moves together. The original plan was to go, there was a split vote between, well, not split vote, but people were throwing Wentworth's name out there, people were throwing Wendy's name out. Wendy being the obvious vote because of her ankle and the whole chicken debacle. Wentworth because she's a returnee. But War Dog is pretty tight with Wentworth, and he actually wants to get rid of Chris because he brought up Wentworth's name. So at Tribal Council, the whole Wendy hypocrisy is talked about, and yeah, I'm not going to get into that again because it's just frustrating. And basically their past 2 votes have been based on strength, like who's weaker in the challenges they vote off or whatever, or around camp, and then now it's based on loyalty, like who can you trust going forward in the game. And it actually ended up being Chris that got sent home, and wow, just wow to War Dog. Amazing move. But I don't know if it's necessarily the best move for them, because I could see getting Chris off pre-merge, because if he gets to the merge and he does as well as he does in challenges, like he definitely has a shot of making it to the end. So if they were to get rid of Chris, like they need to win challenges right now. So I get the loyalty aspect of voting Chris off, but at the same time, I don't think it was the right time to vote him off. I feel like get him to before pre-merge, but at the same time, they may not have had an opportunity to get off Chris, so this might have been the opportunity. But then people might look at it the other way and they say, well, why aren't you getting rid of Wentworth? Because you had 3 opportunities now to get rid of Wentworth and you couldn't do it. So yeah, that's actually looking good on Wentworth the longer she stays here. So next week's episode shows that Wendy released the chicken. So yeah, there's definitely going to be some tension around camp, and there's going to be a tribe swap. And not just a tribe swap, they're going to go to 3 tribes. So yeah, this should be interesting. I can't wait to see who's in the new tribes, and I wonder if I'll be rooting for the new tribe or not. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed tonight's Survivor. If you guys want to check out Survivor, it is on Wednesdays, 8 p.m. on CBS. Until next time, stay regal.